The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by Big D's Tack and Vet Supply, Cool Winds Farm, Midland Acres, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, and thestable.ca. Now let's go trackside for all the action.
Racing fans, we are here at the Pike County Fair.
Bring your horses on the track for the first. Bring your horses on the track for the first.
First time I have been here, and it's a really nice looking fairgrounds. It's got a lot of trees around the backstretch and looks like going to be a great night. We have 9 races to bring you tonight. We've got 3 two-year-old filly pace divisions, 2 divisions of 2-year-old filly trotters, 2 divisions of 3-year-old colt pacers, and 2 divisions of 3-year-old colt trotters. Got some fast horses in tonight, horses that have been going in 55, 53 at the racetrack, so it should be a great night. Track looks very nice. They've been working on it ever since I got here, so I think it's going to be in really good shape for us. And they are getting ready to call the first race out, so we'll be back after this little history bit.
The first official Pike County Fair was held in 1907, but the fair's history dates back even further. Agriculture was the biggest industry in Pike County, and townships would gather every fall to celebrate the harvest. The villages of Waverly and Beaver hosted 3-day events, but a countywide fair moved to Piketon at the turn of the century. The Pike County Agricultural Society was formed and spearheaded the annual county fair. Admission to the fair was 25 cents per person or $1 for the whole family. Tents were used to exhibit livestock and farm goods while horses raced around the track. Trotters and pacers were the featured event. G.W. Rittenauer from Piketon served as the first race secretary for Pike County Fair. Rittenauer's love for standardbred harness racing ran deep. Beyond his duties with the county, he went on to become the first president of the United States Trotting Association. For over 80 years, the USTA has been the overarching organization that protects and promotes harness racing for the entire country. Today, Pike County hosts 2 days of live-action racing. They are a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Back to Piketon. This is Susan Schroeder with the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, and Chris is our cameraman tonight with Trot and Pace Marketing. So we're going to give you a good night of racing. As you heard, this is the Southern Valley Colt Circuit, and the first race is a 1-mile pace. There is first
4
of
out, 2 to go. 4 out, 2 to go. Keep coming. Stay on the backside till everybody gets out. Then we'll line them up. Parade in order. We're on TV. Be professional this evening, please. Thank you.
That is the first of 3 divisions, and we have 6 fillies in this race. A couple of them have been some pretty fast miles. The one horse, Fear the Pansy, qualified in 58-2, won that qualifier at Scioto Downs, and she also won at Circleville in 2-6. And she's already made $4,413 this year, so she is the richest of the field. The 2 horse, Do It Like Bobby, had qualified at Scioto, went in 56-2, first time behind the gate. So that was quite impressive. and then raced over at Lebanon at the fair and won in 58 flat. And then when 724, so just that'd just be about 6 days ago, went to Scioto Downs in the Ohio Sire Stakes. Did not get a check, but paced her mile in 52 and 3. So this Do It Like Bobby is certainly the speed of the field. Dragon's Best has the 3-hole, finished second at Washington Courthouse in 6 and 2. Pearl on the Beach is coming out of the 4-hole and has had one start at Wellston and unfortunately made a break there. Really Sam is trained, driven, owned, and bred by Sean Mayhew, and this will be her very first start. And Remember the Dragon coming out of the 6-hole. Been a couple miles in 7 and 2 and 2-8. The one horse, Fear the Pansy, is a half-sister to a horse called Pansy's Image, who made $246,000 plus in her lifetime.
Let's get them together, line them up, trade in order.
And
Trade in order.
also a half-sister to Epinephrine, who made $212,000. And Fear the Pansy was a $10,000 yearling purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale as a yearling. We're going to get them in order. In a lot of nights we have, or a lot of days we have
Here are the horses
a track
for
mic.
this evening's first. First division, 2-year-old filly Pace, Southern Valley Colt Stake, $3,384. Blanket in memory of Paula and Carl Irving. Number 1 is Fear the Pansy. Bartley Traditions Racing of Pickerton, Ohio. Trained and trained by Brandon Bartley. Number 2, Do It Like Bobby. Steve Sexton, Xenia, Ohio. Dave Elliott trains. Austin Hanner's up. Number 3, Dragon's Best. Hired Gun Racing Stable, Courthouse, Lemick of Leesburg. Fulkerson of Washington Courthouse, Brett Swartz, the trainer. The driver, Sean Barker, 2. Number 4, Pearl on the Beach. Steve Butler, Salesville, Ohio. Melvin Byler, the trainer. Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 5 is Reality Sam. He's owned, trained, and reigned by Sean Mayhew of Circleville, Ohio. And number 6, Remember the Dragon. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jimmy Lupton trains. Alex Hawk in the Sulky. They'll take one score and go to the gate. Post time in 3. Win place show. Perfected daily double. Barker drives 3. Clemens 4. Hawk on the 6. In the second race. Number 4, Forever Autumn. Her driver, Derek Wadiker.
Okay, let's go over those driver changes again that we have for the first race. Dragon's Best, the 3-horse, will be driven by Sean Barker, 2. Pearl on the Beach, the 4-horse, driven by Brady Clemens. And the 6 will be driven by Remember the Dragon, will be driven by Alex Hawk. I was saying earlier, the 5-horse is owned, trained, driven, and was bred by Sean Mayhew. And Sean is also the race secretary at the Circleville Fair. So he puts in a lot of work.
Your official starter, Mike Wolkenberg. He's the starter at Dayton Raceway, Miami Valley. He's got most of the county fairs. And again this year, he'll be starting the Little Brown Jug in Delaware, Ohio. That's the 3rd Thursday in September. Mike also has Superior Sulky Company horsemen. He's got new and used race bikes, jog bikes, all kinds of harness, all your horse supplies. Give him your order. You'll get a discount, and he'll have it for you at the next fair. Moving up, moving in for the first.
I had talked to Sean Mayhew a couple of fairs ago about this horse because I happen to know he has a daughter named Samantha. And I said, really, Sam?
5 on the gate.
Was that named after
One
your daughter?
trailer.
And he said, yes. The horses are lined up behind the Whooping Bird starting gate, and we're going to be momentarily with the first race. Chris Patterson is our announcer tonight, so we will turn it over to him.
First division, 2-year-old filly paces are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come.
Get off it.
All stride, really, Sam. Her off and pacing, Fear the Pansy. Rocking and rolling for the lead. Up on the outside, Dragon's Best with a rush to take command. Remember, the Dragon gets away third. Her racing fourth, Pearl on the Beach. Do It Like Bobby. And Realty Sam, the trailer, off stride. Down the back lane they go. Dragon's Best and Barker on top by 2. Fear the Pansy and Bartley is racing second. Remember, the Dragon and Hawk third. They're by the opening quarter in 30. Around the turn, racing fourth. Do It Like Bobby. Pearl on the Beach and Realty Sam. They're off the turn and down the lane. They'll motor for the first time. Dragon's Best and Bark on top with Barker by 2. Fear the Pansy racing second. In at the rail third, Remember the Dragon. Do It Like Bobby attacks on the outside. They're by the half in 1 minute flat. Pearl on the Beach and Realty Sam, not tonight. Around the turn, up on the outside to grab the lead. Who is that on the front? Up on the outside, Do It Like Bobby now. Charges to the front. Back to second is Fear the Pansy. Dragon's Best will put up the white flag third. Racing fourth, Remember the Dragon. 3/4, 129 and 4. Do It Like Bobby. And Austin Hanners leads away by 3 1/4. Fear the Dragon is second. Third, Dragon's Best. They're at the top of the stretch. Down the lane they motor. It's all Do It Like Bobby. Drawn clear by 5. Fear the Pansy second. Do It Like Bobby.
We still got 2 horses out here. This one and the other one, did it pull up?
Who wrote the fractions down?
30 flat.
Yeah.
A minute.
Yeah.
129 and 4.
Yeah.
And 2 minutes and 2, however you say that.
2, 1, 3. Unofficial. 30. 1 minute. 129 and 4. 2 minutes. 2/5. Do It Like Bobby was large and in charge.
216, unofficial, 216.
Okay, that was Do It Like Bobby with Austin Hanners in the bike for trainer David
New call
Elliott.
216. Here's a new call 216.
So Do It Like Bobby was the winner, Fear the Pansy was second, and Remember the Dragon was third.
Okay.
So we talked about earlier that Do It Like Bobby had been last start, had paced her mile in 52 and 3 in an Ohio Sire Stakes at Scioto Downs.
That's a nice smile out there for 2-year-old Billy.
2 minutes and 2/5. That's a good mile out here.
Are you the baseball king? No, we were trying to get on your card last year. I got a story to tell you.
Track record here on the pace, the all-age pace is Cody Hanover in 56 and 4 set last year. And the all-age trot record is by a horse named Insomniac, who set that record in 2019
Back
of
in front of the
59 and
stands,
4.
winner of the first division for 2-year-old Philly Pacers. Southern Valley Colt Stake. This race in memory of Paquette and Carl Irvin for $3,384. Steve Sexton, Xenia, Ohio. Dave Elliott, the trainer. Austin Hanners in the sulky. Number 2, Do It Like Bobby. 2-year-old filly by Down by the Seaside. Her second win of the season. We okay, Tony?
Oh, I'm sorry, Rob. I probably mumbled through it. It's 2145 DNF.
Results official. Fear the Pansy 2. Do It Like Bobby, your race winner. Number 3, Dragon's Best was 4. 4, Pearl on the Beach, 5. Number 5, Realty Sam, did not finish. And 6, Remember the Dragon, up for third. 30. 1 minute. 129 and 4. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. 2:14, 5 DNF, 3 on the bottom. 2 minutes, 2 fifths. Bring your horses on the track for the second. Number 4, Forever Autumn. Make the driver Derek Whitaker. Derek Whitaker drives the 4. Win place show, Perfecta. Windows are open.
Okay, well, that was a swift mile to start out the meet, 2 minutes and 2 fifths. Second race coming up is a trot for 2-year-old fillies, first division of 2, and we will be back with that race right after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
I always say after I hear that Bow River Jewelry commercial that it's very appropriate that Roger made that commercial, because he certainly has a lot of Bow River jewelry on his hands. Okay, we're with Susan Schroeder and Chris from Trot and Pace Marketing, back with you at Piketon. Coming up to the second race, a 1-mile trot for 2-year-old fillies from the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. This is the first of 2 divisions tonight. And we have 7 in it. Papina, Let Her Roll, Miss Pebbles, Forever Autumn, Irish Lacy, Foxtrot Patricia, and April Spirit. The only driver change that we have so far is the 4-horse Forever Autumn will be driven by Derek Whitaker. I was speaking here in the grandstand with the co-owner of Irish Lacy, Donna Weber. She was sitting up here watching her horses warm up and waiting for them to race, and she had told me that Barney Dillon, who trains her horse, had also trained and drove for her dad. So keeping it in the family with those horses. And she's got another one in a later race, too, that Barney trains for her. Papina had a win at Hilliard in 2:11, won by a nose in a Colt Stake race over there. And also is the richest horse in this race, having earned $5,778 already. The only other horse that has a win in this field is April Spirit, who won at Washington Courthouse in 2-6-1 last quarter and 30-1. The other horses haven't won yet, but some of them have been right there. Let Her Roll, coming out of the 2-hole. Finished second at Carrollton, second at Wellston, and third at Mount Vernon. So seems to be right on the brink of maybe getting her first win. Miss Pebbles, coming out of the 3-hole, was 3rd at Ottawa, 2nd at Wellston, and then made a break at Washington Courthouse. Forever Autumn, and that one's one we have a driver change to Derek Wadaker. Made some breaks at Hilliard and finished distance, and then at Washington Courthouse finished 4th, trotted in 2:10 and 1. Irish Lacey is just making her 2nd lifetime start, raced over at Wellston, finished 4th, trotted in 2:13 and 3. Barney Dillon was the driver that one, and now this week he has put up Bill Long Jr. The 6-horse Foxtrot Patricia has the most starts of anybody in this field, has 4 starts, and had a start in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto Downs back on July 20th. Finished 4th in there and trotted in 2:1 and 1, and had also qualified at Scioto. That would be back in the early July, and trotted in 2:3 and 4.
We play show. Perfecta wagering for Forever Autumn. Her driver, Derek Wadaker.
April Spirit, who will have Alex Hawk and is coming out of the 7-hole, won her last start at Washington Courthouse by 2 lengths in 2:6 and 1. So we've got 2 horses that have hit the winner's circle already, and 5 who are looking to get there today at the Pike County Fair. We're getting the horses all out. It looks like, I don't know if any of you could notice the water truck, but it looks to me like it's a fire truck. The water's coming out of the front of it, which is kind of unusual. But what's kind of nice is that it covers over half of the track with one turn, one round around the racetrack, and you've got half the racetrack watered. See a lot of horses out in the outfield, or in the infield, I should say, walking around out there in the grass. Does keep them away when that water truck comes by, because like I said, it covers up a lot of the track, so maybe they're in there so that they don't get caught by the water. Watch your step. That way. Somebody just asked where the pari-mutuel betting was, and it's at the far end of the grandstand. This is one of those nice old grandstands with the wooden rafters and wooden seats.
Here are the horses for this evening's second.
Okay, here's
First
the post
division,
parade.
2-year-old filly trot. $5,053 the pot. CR Quality Lawn Care, the trophy donor. Number 1 is Pepina. Sandy Beatty of Orient. Larry Riff of Alexander. Training Rain by Sandy Beatty. Number 2, Lutter Roll. Casey Clements, Moldal High, Eric Nesserode trains. Brady Clemens gets the call. Number 3 is Miss Peebles. Folk Stable Incorporated of Springfield, William Hart of Maine. Clarence Folk, the trainer, with Sean Barker II. Number 4, Forever Autumn. William Johnson II of Newark. Roy Thacker Jr. Sunbury. Beatty trains. Derek Wadaker gets the call. Number 5, Irish Lacey. Barney Dillon, Jerusalem. Donald Weber of Jerusalem. Barney Dillon trains, the driver, Bill Long Jr. Number 6, Foxtrot Patricia. William Hartman of Tartland, Ohio. Hartman trains. Austin Hanners gets the call. And number 7, April Spirit. Richard Owings, MacArthur, Ohio. Buckskin trains. Alex Hawk in the sulky. Now, gentlemen, watch 7-horse field. Watch this first turn. It does get tight. The judges want to remind you, it does get tight. Watch the whipping rule. That's your warning right now. Watch the whipping rule.
Okay, we are on YouTube tonight.
We need a white Chevy crew cab moved in between the food booths. You got to move it. You're blocking. License PJQ 5778. Let's move it.
I finally figured out how to find the chat on YouTube, so now I'll be able to respond to some of your questions or comments that you have. We've got Robert Podnor. I think he was first on from Reno, Nevada. Scott Randall says it's a great afternoon, evening, and that it is. It's a beautiful day here. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but about 15 minutes before post time, we had a color guard out in the infield. Looks like from Veterans Associations and the Boy Scouts, and they raised the flag and the POWMIA flag up, and that was very nice to see all those. The older gentlemen who had been in the armed services, and then the young kids, the Boy Scouts, all standing at attention. It was really pretty moving. We got Jenny checking in from London, Ohio. Remember to check in with where you're from, because that way you will be entered into a drawing. And we have a prize package that we're giving out once a month. And also, if you were looking for a program, you go to ohha.com to the home page and the middle section and scroll down to where you see fair programs and live broadcasts, and you'll be able to see it right there. We are so close to unveiling our new website for fans, and that's going to be really nice for everybody. You'll be able to go there and find the broadcasts, and everything should be a little bit easier to find for you there. So we're very close, and we're all kind of excited about getting that website for all our fans up and going. Horses are all gathered on the backside, heading towards the Mike Wolkenberg starting gate. It's just a tiny little breeze coming down the stretch.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
We will join Chris Patterson for the call.
Racing fans, 2-year-old filly trotters, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Let her roll, going for the lead. Miss Pebbles up on the outside second. Forever Autumn got away third. Now, oops, there went Miss Pebbles. She made a break as they raced around the turn. Let her roll. On top of the field by 3. Forever Autumn is trotting second. Racing third, Pepina. Fourth is Bill Long Jr. with Harry's Legacy. Trotting sixth, Fox Valley Patricia. April Spirit by the quarter in 31, and Miss Pebbles the trailer. Around the turn they motor. On top, Let Her Roll, and Brady Clemens showing the way. Forever Autumn and Derek Wadiker under a big hold second. Pepina and Beatty checking things out third. As they pass the stands for the first time, here comes Hawk with April Spirit moving up on the outside. They come over by the halfway mile mark with Let Her Roll showing the way. They're by the half, 103 and 4. Pepino first up on the outside for Beatty. In at the rail, Forever Autumn. April Spirits well placed on the outside fourth. Harris Leahy up the inside. As they race down the backside to the 3/4 mile mark. Let Her Roll on the inside, up on the outside with a rush. Pepino They fire over the 3/4 mile mark. 3/4, 1:34.4. Pretty good for these. Pinned in with nowhere to go, Forever Autumn. Hawk's going to come 3 wide, and he's going to come right now with April Spirit. They're at the top of the stretch, and out of the pocket, Forever Autumn and Whitaker. Plenty of trot down the lane. Let her roll. Forever Autumn on the outside, but it's let her roll. Forever Autumn. April Spirit got third. 2:05 and 1. Let her roll.
This race good? Okay, that race went 2-5 and 1. Let her roll with Brady Clemens getting the win. Forever Autumn, the 2 horse.
2, 4, 7. 31, 103 and 4, 134 and 4, 205 and 2. Let her roll. Her first of the season. She's by Flex the Muscle.
Okay, a correction on that winning time was 2-5 and 2.
I gotta say your track's better than any of the tracks in the hillbilly circuit.
Let Her Roll, we talked about earlier, had finished second at Wellston, second at Carrollton, third at Mount Vernon, so now gets the win at the Pike County Fair in Piketon. They're giving out some nice blankets
2,
here.
4, 7 is official.
And the girls that are there getting the blankets ready were also selling programs a little while ago, and I noticed that they had t-shirts on that said Pike County Junior Fair Board. So it's kind of nice to see the Junior Fair Board members getting involved in harness racing.
Coming back to the winner's circle, official winner of the second First Division for 2-year-old Philly Trotter, Southern Valley Colt Stake, trophy by CR Quality Lawn Care.
$5,053. Owned by Casey Clements of Malta, Ohio. Eric Nessero trains her. Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 2, Let Her Roll. She's a 2-year-old brown filly by Flex the Muscle. Out of the good mare, BV's Legacy. First of the season, 205 and 2. Top down, Pepina 4. Let Her Roll, the winner. Miss Pebbles 5. Forever Autumn 2. Aris Legacy 6. Foxtrot Patricia 7. April Spirit 3rd. 31, 103 and 4. 134 and 4. 205 and 2. 415, 26, 7, 3, 205 and 2. Bring your horses on the track for the third. Number 3, our Whiskey Cavalier, Sean Barker the second.
Okay, the crowd giving a little clap to Let Her Roll, clapping their appreciation up here. Let Her Roll was the winner in 2-5 and 2. Forever Autumn was second, and April Spirit was third. I mentioned earlier that Irish Lacey's owner was sitting behind me, Donna Weber, and I looked at her and said, "Were you happy?" And she said, "Yes." She got around there, so that was what she was hoping for with only her second start of her life. Third race is coming up, Southern Valley Colt Circuit, 3-year-old colts and geldings pace. First division of 2, and we'll be back with that race after these messages.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
As I mentioned before, I finally figured out how to find the chat on YouTube. And this is kind of interesting because we had a Lawrence said good evening from Clearmount, Florida, and then Scott said he was in Clearmount also. So maybe you'll have some friends down there in Clearmount, Florida that are maybe you'll be able to watch together next time. So that's always fun how we're meeting people from all over the United States and kind of all over the world, because we have last year I believe we were in 11 different countries that our broadcasts were viewed on, and 37 different states. So it makes it kind of fun to meet people that you didn't know before. Just let you know who some of the officials are. Presiding judge is Tony Bergano. Associate judges Mike Rowe and Adam Fout. Our race announcer, as I'm sure you know by now, is Chris Patterson. Track photographer, Lynn Scott Photography. Race secretary and charter is Rod Newhart. And the starting gate, of course, is Mike Wolpkenberg.
Win place show, perfected. Parker on the 3, wager now.
And it is listed in the program. The track maintenance is taken care of by the Pike County Fair Board. And as I said earlier, the race programs are taken care of by the Pike County Junior Fair Board. And Adam Fout is the speed superintendent of the Pike County Fair. His third race is coming up, 3-year-old colt pace. We've got more of an experienced crowd in here. A lot of these have had quite a few starts. Stormin' High back in June qualified at Scioto Downs in 58-2, and then raced in a non-winners of 1 pari-mutuel race and pacing 58-4. Has been went up to Northfield, went 2-1, and then has been at the fair since then, and has had 2/3 and a 4th at the fairs. Piketon Flash will be driven by Clayton Pfeiffer. Back in mid-June, paced a mile at Scioto and on non-winners of 1 pari-mutuel lifetime in 55-1. Also has had a couple miles in 59 and 58.
If it's not moved, they're going to tow it. You're blocking traffic on the midway. Move it, or they're going to tow it.
Our Whiskey Caviar has a driver change. Sean Barker, too, will be driving that horse. And that horse is lightly raced, just has had 1 qualifier and 2 starts, but did pace his last mile at Washington Courthouse in 2-1-1.
You fans, post time here tomorrow. 12 noon tomorrow. Got 9 again tomorrow. Next week I'll be at the Athens Fair in Athens, Ohio. Friday night at 5, Saturday at noon. That's Athens next week. Friday evening at 5, Saturday at noon, Athens, with pari-mutuel wagering.
Lucky Ludwig, who is coming out of the 4-hole back in late June, paced 2 miles in 56 back-to-back, finished 5th in both of those races, and non-winners of 2 pari-mutuel races. Not sure if you could hear that, but directly in back of the grandstand is a train track. Train just went by and blew its horn. It looks to be a long train too. It's just coming and coming. One of those trains that has double decker, the containers are double stacked. So I shouldn't say it's directly behind the grandstand because there's a little road in between, but then the train tracks are right there. So as we were saying, Lucky Ludwig paced 2 miles and 56 flat back-to-back earlier this year. Just marvelous. Went to the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield on July 4th and finished 5th, but pacing 53 and 4. Just Marvelous is also the richest horse in this race, having already won $19,531. And Just Marvelous also won a non-winners of 2 at Miami Valley Raceway in March. The 6th, VH Levi, has 3 lifetime wins. One of those shows on the program, winning at Wellston in 2 minutes, 2, 2, and 3, but also won twice up at Northfield in April and May. So it's a nice, experienced field. The most inexperienced horse in there is our Whiskey Cavalier, and he only has 2 lifetime starts and a qualifier. So they are gathering on the back stretch, trying to get him in order. The judge did request that they parade in order today. And our judge, Tony Vergano, has been talking to a lot of the drivers. He'll go back to the barn and speak with them and try and get them to put on a really nice post parade so you folks can
Okay,
get
let's
a good
get them
look.
together, line them up, parade in order. Barker on the 3. Win place show perfecta. Number 1 is Stormin' High. Karen Bright of New Marshallville, Ohio. Ricky Williams trains the driver, Alex Hawk. Number 2, Piketon Flash. Garyers Racing LLC of Defiance, Ohio. Dustin Pfeiffer, the trainer. Clayton Pfeiffer gets the call. Number 3, Our Whiskey Cavalier. Owned and trained by Ralph Calvert Jr. of Racing, Ohio. Sean Barker II. Number 4 is Lucky Ludwig. Owned and trained by Melvin Byler of Salesville, Ohio. Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 5, Just Marvelous. Brett Swartz of Courthouse. A. Swartz of Courthouse. Fulkerson of Washington Courthouse. Brett Swartz trains. Austin Hanners the driver. And number 6 is VH Levi. Tim Van Horn, Malta, Ohio. Tim Van Horn, the trainer. Derek Whitaker in the sulky. They'll take a short one and go right to Big Mike. Trophy in this race by Brew Brothers Trucking for $4,851.
Somebody on our Facebook YouTube chat said, Scott said, hello, Rod Newhart, and we will pass that on to him. As we said earlier, Rod is the race secretary in the charter here. Rod is also a presiding judge at many fairs in Ohio. He is also the secretary of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit, so he takes all those nominations in. And a hard-working man for harness racing here in the state of Ohio. And then in the winter, he heads out to California and works out there at Cal Expo. So he's does a lot for harness racing. We've got more people coming in all the time. I'm not sure. I took a little walk earlier, and a lot of the food stands were not open yet. So I'm kind of thinking that this is either the first day of the fair or move-in day, because there's not too much going on here. Sunday, Oh, Sunday is the first day, Chris said. So there'll be more activity in a couple of days. Sometimes it's kind of nice for some of these colts that haven't raced too much. Have a little bit more peaceful atmosphere at a racetrack than if you've got everything going. And as all racetracks that I have noticed in the state of Ohio.
Starting gates rolling. Race 3 at the Pike County Fair over a fast track.
They all have a pulling area in the middle. So it seems like probably tractor pulls, truck pulls are a big thing. Maybe even the demo derby there in the middle, I'm not sure. Let's go up to the announcer's booth where Chris Patterson with the call of race number 3.
Three-year-old pacers are all moving in behind the gate. The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing, storming high, going for the lead. Off stride, our Whiskey Cavalier. Just Marvelous and Hanners up on the outside second. As they race around the turn. On top, it's Stormin' High and Hawk showing the way. Just Marvelous parked on the outside. Up the inside from third, it's Pike and Fleisch. Racing fourth, Levi. In at the rail is Lucky Ludwig. They're by the quarter, 28-1. Very fast as they roll over the 3/8 mile mark. Hawk on the choo-choo with Stormin' High. Racing down along the rail second is Pike and Fleisch. Racing third, Levi to the outside as they come by the stand for the first time. Just Marvelous stays in. They're halfway home in 57-4. Into the turn, Stormin' High and Hawk still the leader. Pike and Flash and Clayton Pfeiffer, the good trip second. And now Clayton starts to pull on that line to the outside. Racing third, Just Marvelous. Levi to the outside 4. Racing 5. Lucky Ludwig. They fire over to the 3/4 mile mark. Storm High. 3/4, 127-1. Up on the outside. Pike and Flash to the front end. And Levi is loaded on the outside for Wadiker. They're at the top of the stretch. Pike and Flash digs in. VH Levi firing on the outside. Levi. Captain Flash. Levi in a thriller. 156-3.
That would be a new track record. The track record that I have, it was 56-4, set by Cody Hanover last year, and now this is a mile in 156-3.
2, 5, 28-2, 57-4, 127-1. 156-3. We're checking on whether that's a track record or not. Very quick.
We'll double check with the experts up there in the judges stand to see if that truly was a track record. According to what I have, beat the track record just by a tick. VH Levy had paced a mile in 53
coming down the lane. The winner of the third, First Division. 3-year-old Colt Pace, Southern Valley Colt Stake. Trophy by Brew Brothers Trucking. The jackpot, $4,851. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, A new track record, 156-3. Over Tim Van Horn of Malta, Ohio. Van Horn trains. Derek Whitaker gets the job done with the 6, VH Levi. He's a 3-year-old big gelding by the Ponderosa out of Fine Feeling. His 4th victory of the season. Once again, fans, a new track record hit the Pike County Fair, 156-3.
Okay, Rod, we got 28-1.
Top down. Stormin' High, 5. Pike and Flash, 2. Our Whiskey Cavalier, 4. Lucky Ludwig, 6. Just Marvelous, 3. Levi, the winner, 28-2. 57-4. 127-1. Track record, 156-3. 5-2-4-6-3-1. 156-3. Bring the horses on the track for the 4th. Scratch the 3, SS Peppo. And 6, RSA Peps Chip. The driver, Clayton Pfeiffer. Windows are open. Wager now.
And the interesting thing about that new track record is Derek Whitaker was the trainer driver for the old track record. So he maintains his name in the history books. Going to try that picture one more time. Horse is easy to pick out with all that yellow equipment. You could see him coming down the stretch. Once again, the crowd clapping for Derek Whitaker and VH Levi. New track record. 4th race will be coming up. That is the first of 2 divisions of the 3-year-old colts and geldings. And we will be back after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to ohha.com. That's ohha.com.
Well, somebody on our YouTube chat just gave a shout out to whoever is working the camera, because they said it's excellent job. So that would be Chris from Trot and Pace Marketing, and he does do a really good job. We appreciate him and everybody at Trot and Pace for working so hard getting these races to you. It's a process, I guess I would say. It's tough to do sometimes at some of these fairs, depending on the conditions at the fairs. So we always try really hard to do a really good job. So the 4th race is coming up, the 3-year-old colt and gelding trot. First of 2 divisions. Purse is $4,896. The total for the 2 divisions, $9,792. We have a scratch here. The number 3 SS Pepino is scratched. And we have a driver change. The 6-horse RSA Pepe's Chip will be driven by Clayton Pfeiffer. None of these horses have any wins in 2021, so everybody's looking to get to that winner's circle first.
Mutual's just called. You got a daily double on 4 and 5. This is your middle daily double. You got to pick the winner of race 4, pick the winner of race 5. Middle double, 4 and 5. And then we'll have a late double on 8 and 9. Late double, 8 and 9.
Well, they just announced a daily double on the 4th and the 5th race, and we heard some whoop whoops in the grandstand for that. It's always nice to have Racing Technologies here, and so you can come here and bet your money. And we've seen some pretty big payouts over the last week or so. So you never know. But it's good to come to the fair and put a couple bucks down. We love that you are watching our broadcast, but we also really want to encourage you to come to the fairs and watch in person if you can. It's always a lot more fun, a lot of excitement to be at the fair when you're here with the rest of the crowd. Let's take a look at this 4th race. The 1 horse is Gary's Always Right. Has had just 1 start in 2021 and no starts as a 2-year-old. So in that 1 start, raced at Wellston, trotted in 2, 7, and 1, made a couple breaks in that mile, so we'll look for better things from Gary's Always Right today. The 2 horses Checkmate that will be driven by 2 Barker.
Are these like the cheapest?
Last start, Checkmate was in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield, trotted in 58 and 3, last quarter in 31 and 2. And this horse is also the richest horse in this race, having earned $56,921 in his lifetime. The 3 horses Scratch, the 4 horse Deer Run Billy, driven by Dustin Bothman, had a mark last year of 212 at Wellston and made $11,000, and just has 2 starts this year. One at one at Wellston, went 6 and 2, then went to a qualifier at Scioto in 58 and 3, and then raced at Washington Courthouse and finished the mile in 6 and 1. Newsboy is going to be coming out of the 5-hole with Alex Hawk up. And Newsboy was also in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Scioto back in June. Finished 3rd, but trotted in 56 and 2. Newsboy also has a 2-year-old record of 2, 2, and 1 at Bucyrus. The 6 horse RSA Pepe's Chip will be driven now by Clayton Pfeiffer, and has been making some breaks, but last week at Washington Courthouse stayed flat the whole mile, trotted in 2, 9, and 1. So it looks like things are looking up for RSA's Pepe's Chip. Save the Goal will be driven by Brady Clemens. And way back in April, Save the Goal started in a Buckeye Stallion Series leg, finished 7th, but trotted in 4 and 2. And just recently at Mount Vernon finished 3rd and trotted in 2, 2, and 3. Had a mark as a 2-year-old of 2, 7, and 1. The Buckeye Stallion Series, which some of these horses have been in, is a series that has 5 legs to it. A couple of those legs are at fairs. We raced the 2-year-old filly Pacers at Bucyrus. The other 2-year-olds, the 2-year-old Colt Trotters and Pacers, and the 2-year-old filly Trotters will race at the Urbana Fair. And then the 5th leg of the Buckeye Stallion will be held at the Delaware County Fair. The other legs are held at the different racetracks. Miami Valley Raceway had the 3-year-olds early, and then Scioto Downs and Northfield hosts a lot of those legs. We just got the Buckeye Stallion Series points updated today, so if you go to the OHHA.com website, on the home page under the Horsemen, and it says 2021 Ohio State races, nominations, forms, and points. And if you click there, you should be able to see the updated list, and that was through the races that were held last night. So it's about as up to date as we can get it for you. We do update those points every few weeks. If it gets a little bit closer to the final, then we'll be updating them a little bit more often so all the horsemen can know what they want to do. Looks like we're waiting for a couple more for the post parade. The 3 horses out, 3 horses scratched. So the 4, 5, and 6, or 4, 5 can move down, but the 6 and 7 will still have to start from the second tier. Score 5 across here at Piketon.
Okay, you're all out. Let's get them together and line them up, parade in order. Win place shown, perfected, daily double. Scratch at 3.
Clayton Pfeiffer on the 6. In the 5th, Dylan Fagan drives the 1. That's just in. 5th race. Number 1, Graham's Teddy Bear. Dylan Fagan drives. And number 5, Sister Christian, Clayton Pfeiffer. Here are your horses for the 4th. First division for 3 old colt trotters, $4,896. Trophy in memory of John Foster. Number 1, Gary's Always Right. Gary Davis, Jerusalem. Trained and reigned by Jeff Kirkbride. Number 2 is Checkmate. Donna Jean Anderson of Stoutsville. Brian Weaver, the trainer. Sean Barker up. 3 is out. 4 is Deer Run Billy. Owned by Frank Johnson of Hamden, Ohio. Carter Trains, Dustin Bothman, the board. 5 is Newsboy. Cheryl Vigaron, Williamstown, West Virginia. Chuck Vigaron, the trainer, with Alex Hawk. Number 6, RSA Peps Chip. Mike Swatzel, the Plains. Steve Swatzel trains. Clayton Pfeiffer aboard. And number 7, Save the Gold. Owned by Joe and Katie Nesselrode. Chandler's, Ohio. Joe Nesselrode, the trainer. Brady Clemens is in the bike. They'll take 1 and go to Big Mike. Don't forget, daily double, 4 and 5. Daily double, 4 and 5.
So we've got the 9 races here at Piketon tonight, but also starting at, I believe, 6 o'clock on our Facebook channel will be the races, the Summit County Fair races that are held at Northfield Park. 17 races tonight. Frank Frost is on his own up there, so I think he'll probably be a little hoarse by the end of the night after talking about 17 races. But if you can, we don't want you to leave us here, but if you want to switch back and forth and watch on Facebook for the Summit County Fair held at Northfield. We actually have 2 fairs that hold their races at the Pari-Mutual track. The Montgomery County Fair holds their races, I believe they're October 3rd, at Dayton. So it's kind of a little bit unusual. But the Pari-Mutual tracks try and do a kind of a county fair atmosphere. So like I said, 17 races tonight from Northfield Park, Summit County Fair, 9 races from here. We will be back here tomorrow at noon. Tom Pye will be here for the races at Piketon. They have 9 again tomorrow. Then on Sunday, we'll be broadcasting from Eaton. Monday, August 2nd from Lisbon. August 2nd and 3rd from Lisbon. And then we go to Bowling Green on the 3rd and Wapakoneta on the 3rd and 4th. So it's getting busy. We've got a lot of great racing ahead of us this summer. The month of August is just jam full of racing. The State Fair Colt Stakes will be held this next coming up weekend at Scioto Downs, where they have on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 5th,
Gates
6th,
rolling.
and 7th, they will have the State Fair races. So you can tune in to watch those. Horses are behind the gate, and we'll go up to Chris Patterson for the call.
First division, 3 old colt trotters, top of the stretch. Here they come. They're off and trotting. Newsboy powers to the lead. Checkmate got away second. The two favorites, 1-2. Moving up third, Save the Gold. Off stride went Gary's Always Right. Deer Run Billy and Pep's Chip. Down the back lane they motor. It's Hawk and Newsboy on the choo-choo where he likes it by a length and a quarter. Newsboy has the lead. Checkmate right there second. Opening panel in 30. Save the Gold and Brady Clemens on hold third. Deer Run Billy and Bothman racing four. Trotting 5, Peeps Chip and the trailer. Here's Gary's Way Right. Down the lane for the first time. Newsboy and Hawk show the way. Up on the outside. Here comes Save the Gold, now second. Setting in is Checkmate. They're by the half, 103. Deer Run Billy, poised on the outside 4. Racing 5. It's RSA Pep's Chip and Gary's Always Right. They're well bunched as they fire down the backside. And Newsboy on a short lead, being pressured by Save the Gold on the outside. Newsboy needs room. 3/4, 130 and 4. It's Newsboy the leader, still pesky on the outside. Comes Save the Gold. Racing on the inside, needing room, is Checkmate. And now Barker got it. Here he comes to the outside. So the two favorites will battle it out down the lane. Newsboy on the outside. Here's Checkmate. Drawing clear. Fumbly. Newsboy for second. Take them, judges. 2 minutes, 3/5. Checkmate. The 6 horse or the 5 horse is very confident.
Okay, we're going to check with the judges here. They'll give us their ruling. There was a horse that was making a break right at the wire, so we'll see what they determine, if he was lapped on or if he was losing some ground. So we will check with that. But it
2, 5, 7, and there's a judge's inquiry on the 5 Newsboy.
He was rough at the wire, judges, so look it over, talk it over. And that is not a track record, but what a mile. 2 minutes, 3/5. Checkmate. He had 7 wins last year, 59 at Northfield. This is his first of the season. 2 minutes, 3/5. Just missed the track record on the trot. Once again, hold all tickets. Judges inquire against the 5. He was rough at the wire.
Thank you. Jimmy, can you tell me if the 5 horse...
So Checkmate with 2 Barker up. Brian Weaver, the trainer. Donna Jean Anderson owns Checkmate.
I think he was just fumbling.
Just came off of a second place finish at the Buckeye Stallion Series. And we're awaiting the judge's decision on that horse that was breaking right at the wire. So nobody had won a race yet in 2021, so Checkmate
30.
going to the winner's circle.
130 and 4. 2 minutes, 3/5. Final half in a minute. Last quarter, 29 and 4. Checkmate. Very well this evening. And Barker drove him like he stole him. Hey, program sellers, we still got people over there need programs in the grandstand. Attention program sellers, we got people in the grandstand want to buy programs.
Race in memory of John Foster.
Hey, Mike, let me double check. You did clear us over there, correct? Thanks, Michael. Okay, so.
Okay, we're still awaiting the judge's decision.
In the winner's circle, winner of the fourth, First Division 3-year-old Colt Trot, Southern Valley Colt Stake. Trophy in memory of John Foster, $4,896. Donna Anderson of Stoutsville, Ohio. Brian Weaver trains. Sean Parker II in the bike. Number 2, Checkmate. He's a 3-year-old bay colt by Broadway Hall out of Dance with a Dolly. First of the season. 2 minutes, 3/5. Judges have found no reason for disqualification on the 5. Results official, top down. Gary's always right, 6. Checkmate, the winner. 3 was out. 4, Deer Run Billy, 4. 5, Newsboy, 2. 6, RSA Peps Chip, 5. 7, Save the Gold was 3. 30, 1 minute, 3/5. 130 and 4. 2 minutes, 3/5. 6-1 scratch. 4-2, 5-3. 2 minutes, 3/5. Bring him on the track for the 5th. Dylan Fagan drives the 1. Clayton Pfeiffer behind the 5.
Okay, the 5th race coming up. 2-year-old fillies, Pacers, second of 3 divisions. And we'll be back with the 5th after these messages.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Selling your horse? Sell for free. No fees, no commissions. The only free auction site in the industry. There's no problem selling your horse at harnesshorseauction.com.
Okay, we are back with the 5th. 2-year-old filly Pacers. I'm just going to check in on our YouTube chat and see if anything. Robert Podmore just said, to those interested, Summit County just went live on OHHA Facebook. He says, I'm going to be watching both feeds. Thanks, OHHA and Trot and Pace Marketing. And we want to thank Robert for watching all this time. And Herb says, very professional camera work. So Chris must be doing an outstanding job tonight because everybody's telling him what a good job, and he does. He really does. I think it's kind of amazing the quality of the camera, not only the camera work, but the camera itself. I mean, everything is so clear and crisp. The cameras that Trot and Pace have gotten for this broadcast are just really nice, and they come out. I've watched a few. I mean, I generally just watch them on my phone, but I have watched some of them on my computer, so it's a bigger screen, and it's just so sharp. Really nice. Glad that we can bring this all to you. Well, let's look at these 2-year-old filly pacers. We got the rail is Graham's Teddy Bear. And she has been pacing anywhere from 2.5 to 2.6, 2.7. Has had 3 starts, hasn't won yet this year. In fact, nobody in this race has actually won a race this year. So they're all looking to get headed into that winner's circle tonight. Val Cove is coming out of the 2-hole with 2 Barker. Had a 3rd place finish at Wellston, pacing 2.8, and was scratched her last time out at Washington Courthouse. Royalty's Dreamer will be driven by Brandon Bartley, and they will leave from the 3-hole. And she has been a speedy filly. Her last start at Bucyrus, she finished 4th in the Buckeye Stallion Series, pacing 2-2-1, but the start before that was up at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series and went in 57-3. And right before that had qualified at Scioto Downs in 58-1. So she is the fastest in the field with that timing of 57-3 at Northfield. She's also the richest girl in this field. She has already earned $2,620. Nevada Rock with Austin Hanners will come out of the 4-hole. And back at Scioto Downs earlier, late in June 28th and July 5th, qualified at Scioto, went 58-1 the first time and 59-3, and then has gone to the fairs. Wilmington, she paced in 2-2-3, Hilliard in 2-5, and Washington Courthouse in 2-2-4. Sister Christian will be racing from the 5-hole, and Clayton Pfeiffer in the bike. She's had been making some breaks, so we certainly hope that she'll be able to turn that around tonight. And Boxo Clocks will be starting from the 2nd tier, has the 6-hole, driven by David Young the 2nd, and pacing 2.9 at Wellston, and 2.10 at Washington Courthouse. So we've got kind of a wide variance of times here. We've got some that haven't been very much, and then we've got a couple of these that have been pacing in 57, 58, and 59.
Here they are for the 5th, 2nd division. For 2-year-old filly pacers, Southern Valley Colt Stake. This race sponsored by the MJ Farms, $3,384. Number 1 is Graham's Teddy Bear. Steve Sexton, Xenia. Brett Swartz trains. Dylan Fagan, the driver. Number 2 is Valco. Folk Stable Incorporated, Springfield, Ohio. Clarence Folk trains with Sean Barker II. 3 is Royalty's Dreamer. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Trained and trained by Brandon Bartley. Number 4 is Nevada Rock. Brett Swartz of Courthouse. Brian Larrick of Leesburg. Brett Swartz, the trainer. Austin Hanners gets the call. Number 5 is Sister Christian. Mary Thompson of Commercial Point. M.L. Marlotti of Florida. Dustin Arledge of Orient. Dustin Arledge trains. Clayton Pfeiffer in the bike. And number 6 is Boxhouse Clocks. Clarence Gilliam of Sandy Hook, New York. Tom Blankenship, the trainer. David Young, the 2nd, is in the bike. They'll take 1 score and go to the gate. Dylan Fagan on the 1. Clayton Pfeiffer handles the 5.
Okay, so that is the field. 5 on the gate. Number 6 will start from the 2nd tier. And as many of you know, if you start from the 2nd tier, you can, and you're the only one back there, you can follow whoever you want out of there. Always good to know who to follow out in case one of the horses in front of you has been making breaks. You might want to follow somebody else out, but that's why the drivers like to get a program so they can see what the horses that are around them have been doing. Again, it's a beautiful night here at the Pike County Fair in Piketon. Sky is blue with just a couple of wispy clouds. The flag is blowing. Wind is coming down the stretch, but really not enough to make much of a difference with these horses. It's not like it's blowing hard and to help push them down the stretch. It's just a light breeze, but it is, again, a beautiful night. And this is a very picturesque fairgrounds with all the trees on the backside. The fair does not open until Sunday, but there are some food stands here that have already moved in. And
Mike Walkenberger's Coleman. Post time, race 5 at the Pike
County Fair.
I don't think the 4-H kids have moved in yet, but the Junior Fair Board is here helping out at the harness racing. They are selling programs, and they're also holding the blankets in the winner's circle. So always really nice to see a Junior Fair Board helping out at the harness races. So let's go up to the announcer's booth and join Chris Patterson for the call of the 5th at Piketon.
Second division, 2-year-old filly Pacers, top of the stretch. Sister Christian's on a break. They're up and pacing Nevada Rock, going for the lead in the middle of the track. Grandpa's Teddy Bear down along the rail. Off stride went Valco. Barker just lost Valco. Moving up the inside, Royals Dreamer, third for Bartley. Box of Clocks and Valco. And they race the backside. Sister Christian, the trailer. On top, Hanners with Nevada Rock, the pet rock by 2. Racing down along the rail, second. Is Grandpa's Teddy Bear, 30-2 opening quarter. Royals Dreamer and Bartley under a chokehold third. Pacing up fourth, Box of Clocks for Young. Around the turn. Coming for the lane the first time. On top, Nevada Rocks. And Austin Hanover shows the way. In at the rail second is Grandma's Teddy Bear. Now, here comes Bartley with Royals Dreamer. They're by the half, 102 and 4. Into the turn they march. Nevada Rock by a neck. Royals Dreamer and Bartley under a crack of the whip is second. Going his best third is Grandpa's Teddy Bear. Box Clock is fourth. The two horses get away from the rest of the pack. And it's Nevada Rock on a short lead. Royals Dreamer second. 3/4, 132 and 4. Grandpa's Teddy Bear needs to liven it up third. They're at the top of the stretch. Nevada Rock will turn first. Royals Dreamer charging on the outside. Down the lane, a motor. Nevada Rock, dig it in. Royals Dreamer second. Hits Nevada Rock. Austin Hanners. 201 and 2.
Sitting right next to me during that race was the sponsor of this race,
4,
Mary Jo
3,
and Doyle
1,
Ross.
30 and 4, 102 and 4, 132 and 4, 201 and 2. Last quarter, 28 and 2. Wow. Nevada Rocks by Pet Rock. First of the season. And of course his sire Pet Rock stands in Fayette County, Bloomingburg, Ohio, Midland Acres.
said, Mary Jo and Doyle Bross, the sponsors of this race with MJ Farms out there in the winner's circle. Mary Jo is on the OHHA board of directors.
Give me a top down, Tony, when you get it.
She's part of, as I said, the OHHA board of directors, and she is also on the what we call the Industry Enhancement Committee, which is the committee that approves us doing all these really fun things at the fairs and elsewhere. So we always want to keep the Industry Enhancement Committee members happy.
4, 3, 1 is official. Back to the winner's circle. Winner of the 5th, second division, 2-year-old Philly Pacers. Trophy by MJ Farms. $3,384. Owned by Brett Swartz of Washington Courthouse. Brian Larrick of Leesburg. Brett Swartz trains. Austin Hanners in the bike. Number 4, Nevada Rock. 2-year-old Bay Filly by Pet Rock out of Casino Nights. First of the season. 201 and 2. That's a driving double on tonight's card for driver Austin Hanners. It's official for 5th. Teddy Bear 3, Valco 5, Royals Dreamer 2, Nevada Rock the winner, Sister Christian 6, Box of Clocks 4, 30 and 4, 102 and 4, 132 and 4, 201 and 2, 352, 16, 4 on the bottom, 201 and 2. Bring your horses on the track for the 6th. Number 7, Blue Ash. Make the driver Austin Hanners. Austin Hanners on the 7.
Okay, so that wraps up the 5th. Nevada Rock and Austin Hanners making their first trip to the winner's circle, winning that race in 2-1 and 2, last quarter in 28 and 2. Awfully good mile for 2-year-old pacing fillies out here at the Pike County Fair. 6th race is coming up. 1 mile trot for 2-year-old fillies, the second of 2 divisions. And we will be back after these messages.
The first official Pike County Fair was held in 1907, but the fair's history dates back even further. Agriculture was the biggest industry in Pike County, and townships would gather every fall to celebrate the harvest. The villages of Waverly and Beaver hosted 3-day events, but a countywide fair moved to Piketon at the turn of the century. The Pike County Agricultural Society was formed and spearheaded the annual county fair. Admission to the fair was 25 cents per person or $1 for the whole family. Tents were used to exhibit livestock and farm goods while horses raced around the track. Trotters and pacers were the featured event. G.W. Rittenauer from Piketon served as the first race secretary for Pike County Fair. Rittenauer's love for standardbred harness racing ran deep. Beyond his duties with the county, he went on to become the first president of the United States Trine Association. For over 80 years, the USTA has been the overarching organization that protects and promotes harness racing for the entire country. Today, Pike County hosts 2 days of live-action racing. They are a member of the Southern Valley Colt Circuit.
They're often racing in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. Catch the excitement of Ohio harness racing at one of the county fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. For over 150 years, people have gathered at county fairs to cheer on their favorite racehorses. Keep the tradition alive. Visit one of the 10 fairs in the Southern Valley Colt Circuit this summer. Horses, racing, and winning. It's the Southern Valley Colt Circuit. 10 great fairs in southeastern Ohio.
Hey, we want to thank Ashley Daly for doing those fair history bits. They're pretty darn interesting, I think, and the pictures. She's done a lot of research to come up with the photos and the script. So thanks for doing that, Ashley. Somebody on our YouTube feed said that they're not able to find Summit County. They're just seeing some of our older ones, and I've had that trouble too. So you have to refresh your page. Refresh your Facebook page, and hopefully Summit County will pop up. And we also got a notice from Bob Prodmore that Designer Specs won in 54 and 1 up at the Summit County Fair at Northfield Park. So that's quite a mile for a 3-year-old trot and filly. As you probably most of you remember, Designer Specs was undefeated last year. Race around a lot at the fairs, and then race in the fair championship final. Quite a filly, quite a story it was with Designer Specs and the Wellers. So we congratulate her, and going in 54 and 1. That's pretty incredible. So again, if you can't see the Summit County Fair at Northfield on your Facebook page, just try refreshing, see if that will help. Okay, let's take a look at the 6th race, a 2-year-old filly trot, Southern Valley Colt Circuit, second of 2 divisions. Number 1 horse is Miss Irish Wit. She has started once at Wellston, made a few breaks. Her owner is Donna Weber, who we spoke to before. She had a horse in the first race, and she bought this filly as a yearling. And she's just hoping, she said she's hoping that she's going to get around the track nice and flat and behave herself and get her career going. She also was telling me that Barney Dillon, who is the trainer of her horses, trains them when he takes the harness off and after he's given them a bath, and he just points and they walk in the right stall. So I think that's pretty neat that he obviously takes a lot of time with his horses and gets them mannered really nice, which helps when you bring them to the track. The 2 horse is Aunt Rita. And Aunt Rita raced in the Buckeye Stallion Series, her last start at Scioto Downs, and finished second and trotted in 58 and 2. And before that had won at Wellston in 2:17 and had won at Northfield in the Buckeye Stallion Series in 2-3 and 1. She was an Ohio Select yearling sale purchase of $18,000, and she's almost made her purchase price back as she has earned $16,768 in her short racing career. GV Queen and Hugh Beatty, Sandy Beatty, will be coming out of the 3-hole. GV Queen has had 1 start at Washington Courthouse. The 4-horse Jamaica Jan also started in the Buckeye Stallion Series her last start and finished second. Trotted her mile in 59 and 2. And trotted her mile in a qualifier earlier in June at Scioto Downs in 59 and 3.
Here are the horses for the 6th.
Second division for 2-year-old filly trotters. Southern Valley Colt Stake, trophy by Ohio Valley Veneer, $5,053. Number 1 is Miss Irish Wit. Donna Weber, Jerusalem. Barney Dillon trains. Phil Long Jr. Number 2 is Aunt Rita. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerington, Ohio. Jim Lupton trains. Brandon Bartley gets the call. 3 is GV Queen. Steve Sexton of Xenia, Ohio with Sandy Beatty. Number 4 is Jamaica Jan. Joe Nesselrode of Chandlersville. Eric Nesselrode of Stockport. Katie Nesselrode of Chandlersville. Eric Nesselrode, the trainer, with Brady Clemens. Number 5 is Waverly. Folk Stable Incorporated, Springfield, Ohio. William Hart of Carmel. Clarence Folk trains Sean Barker II. Number 6 is Bright Morning Star. Dave Miller, Salesville, Ohio. Miller trains with Charlie Bowen. And number 7, Blue Ash. Pamela Wagner of Fairfax, Virginia. Folk Stable, Springfield. Clarence Folk, the trainer. Austin Hanners in the sulky. They'll take a short one and go to the gate.
Okay, the 5-horse Waverly, who will be driven by Sean Barker II. Stayed flat her last mile. Had been making some breaks before that, but stayed flat at Washington Courthouse, but was distanced. And the 6-horse Bright Morning Star, Charles Bolin up. Raced her last start at
Gentlemen, the
Carrollton.
judges want me to remind you again, this first turn's tight. Drive safely. Fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
Bright Morning Star raced at Carrollton and finished 5th, trotted in 2:13 and 3. And Blue Ash qualified last start in 2:9 and 3. The 2-horse Aunt Rita is a half-sister to a horse called Massive Talent, who has made $354,848. So half-sister to a really one that's made a lot of money. The announcer has mentioned a couple times, the judge has actually asked the announcer to make this comment to the drivers that the first turn is sharp and comes up quickly, so when they're busting out of the gate and they're all vying for position, they have to recognize that first turn is a little sharp when they first hit it.
I think you're going to be perfectly fine, Mike. Thanks.
So they're going to gather up on the backside. So again, the Summit County Fair is on our OHHA Facebook feed tonight, so you can watch that as well as watch us. You can switch back and forth in between races. You won't have any time in between races to take a little break. You're going to be race, and Summit County has 17 of them, so you'll be up you'll have a late night.
Mike Walkenberg has called him in. Post time for the 6th.
So the horses are going to the gate for the 6th race tonight, the 2-year-old filly Trot, Southern Valley Colt Circuit here at the at the Pike County Fair. Let's get the call from announcer Chris Patterson.
Rolled over and made a deal. See, my office is about from here to that second pole down there to the courthouse. And the day he went in there, they always block it off and they put all the cameras. And I was coming to work one morning and they had shit out in the rain. What the hell? They put caution tape up and there's cameras everywhere. Well, that was the day.
Second division, 2-year-old filly trotters, top of the stretch. Here they come. GV Queen's on a break. They're up and trotting. Jamaican Jam going for the lead. Up on the outside, Waverly now second. Aunt Rita got away third. Miss Irish Wit and the Prison Guard fourth. Blue Ash fifth. Off stride, Bright Morning Star. And GB Queen. Down the back lane they go. On top, Waverly and Barker. And Rita's moved in second. They're by the quarter, 30-1. Miss Irish Wit, third. Blue Ash, fourth. Back trotting, Jamaica Majam. In at the rail, GB Queen, and the trailer is Bright Morning Star. Down the lane for the first time, Waverly on the choo-choo. Aunt Rita stock all the way second, Miss Irish Wit third. They're by the half a good 101-4. Blue Ash is fourth. Racing fifth is GV Queen as they race around the turn. Down the back lane, Waverly. Now Bartley comes to the outside with Aunt Rita. And boom, she goes right on to grab the lead. Aunt Rita, the Uncle Peter, takes command. Waverly is second. 133 and 2. Miss Irish went fourth. Blue Ash up on the outside fourth. Jamaica Jam is fifth. Less than an eighth to come. And Aunt Rita is a jog burglar. Opens up by 10. Bartley having fun. Down the lane. Waverly second. Miss Irish Wit on the outside. Down the lane. Aunt Rita. Long shot. Miss Irish Wit up for second. 203 and 4.
Well, that was a bit of a spread out race. A few of them made breaks in the beginning, knocked themselves right out of it. But when Aunt Rita pulled on the backside, wow, there was no doubt that she was going by.
30 and 2, 101 and 4, 133 and 2, 203 and 4. Aunt Rita, her third victory in the season.
So Aunt Rita is now 5 starts, 3 wins, and 2 seconds for the year. And Aunt Rita will also be one of the contenders for the top horses in the Buckeye Stallion Series, already having a win and a second in that. As we talked about earlier, there are 5 legs to the Buckeye Stallion Series, but getting a first and second in the first 2 is a pretty nice way to get started.
Who's that guy on TV? Is that guy from Delaware that's the publicity man, or do you know? I don't know who you're talking about. Over on the TV today. Oh, you wasn't over there? No. Oh, no. I thought they said you was helping. What? So I thought somebody said you was helping over there. Not my job. Okay, Eric, we're gonna make 215 official.
215 is official.
Top down, Tony, when you get it. 30 and 2, 101 and 4, 133 and 2, 203 and 4.
Brandon Bartley for Bartley Traditions Racing from Pinkerington.
6, 4, 3, 7, 5 on the bottom.
Back to the winner's circle, winner of the 6th, second division. For 2-year-old filly trotters, Southern Valley Colt Stake. Trophy by High Valley Veneer, $5,053. Bartley Tradition Racing at Pickerington, Ohio. Jim Lupton, the trainer. Brandon Bartley, the winning driver. Number 2, Aunt Rita. She's a 2-year-old bay filly by Uncle Peter out of Stonebridge, Marita. Her 3rd win in 5 starts this year. 203 and 4. And of course her sire, Uncle Peter, stands at the Hickory Lane Farm in Findlay, Ohio. All inquiries to Brad Wallace. Uncle Peter, top trotting stud in the Buckeye State. And it's official. Miss Irish Wit 2, Aunt Rita the winner, GV Queen 6, Jamaica Jan 4, Waverly 3, Bright Morning Star 7, Blue Ash was 5, 30 and 2, 101 and 4, 133 and 2, 203 and 4, 216, 4375, 203 and 4. Bring them on the track for the 7th. There's no changes.
And the breeder of Aunt Rita, the breeders, are Mary Yoder and Emma Raber, 2 sisters who I had the pleasure of talking with a number of times over the years. And I can imagine that they are very, very proud of their Aunt Rita. Okay, next up will be the 7th race, the Southern Valley Colt Circuit 3-year-old Colt Pace, second of 2 divisions. There are 5 in it. And we'll be back for more on that race after our brief messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wants to thank all the breeders that supported our first season standing the trotter, Muscle Diamond. Cool Winds also welcomed the proven sire, Mr. Apples, to our stallion barn. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to some beach somewhere, Bring On the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca. Visit the Cool Winds consignment at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway Ag Center on Friday, September 17th.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders ship that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Okay, we're back at Piketon, the Pike County Fair. We certainly want to thank all the sponsors that sponsor this racing. It started out to be called Racing with the Stars, and I think we're still continuing that, even in the broadcast name. We started out a few years ago by having a Racing with the Stars tent, and most of you will probably remember Tom Pye, the harness guy, standing at that tent trying to stump you with Tix trivia and other games, and getting to
coming for the 7.
win some prizes at that tent. We're not doing that as much as we did this year, simply because of staffing. It's kind of hard to cover all the stuff that we're trying to do. But we will, I think the next place at the Racing with the Stars tent is coming out is Wapakoneta. And Ashley Daly will be up there, and she'll have the tent and she'll have the prize wheel going. So if you want to win some OHHA swag, you can head up to Wapakoneta and see what Ashley has. After that, I believe that we're going to Urbana with the tent. And if there's any fairs out there that really want the Racing with the Stars tent, please call the OHHA office and let us know. We will try really hard to get it to your fair. It's just kind of a nice addition to your fair. We get a lot of questions about the horses, people coming maybe to the harness races for the first time, and they have some questions, and we're right there at the tent to be able to answer those. So if you're on the fair board or you're on the speed committee and you want to see if you can get that Racing with the Stars tent for your fair, call the OHHA office and let us know. We'll see what we can do. Also, if you are on a fair board or the speed committee at a fair, we have feature race grants available. We'll be taking applications for those for 2022. So if you have a special race at your fair and you want to, that's a memorial race or named after someone, a person or a equine athlete, anything that you want that special race to be, and you want to bump the purse up a little bit, you can apply for a feature race grant. And we give those feature race grants out. The fair committee decides on those, and the deadline for getting those in is November 30th of each year. So there are applications and forms for filling out that application on the OHHA website under the fair tab. So take a look at that. We give out quite a bit of funds. Some places get $1,000, some places get $15,000, $2,000, all the way up to $5,000 and even more if you have a very special race that you want to do. And we encourage you, when you have races like that are named after somebody, it's kind of a nice thing to advertise in your local community if that person was from your community, or at special horse that raced at your fairgrounds. It's just something kind of special to have at your fair. Okay, the 7th race, 3-year-old colt Pace. One horse is 6B Hanover. 6B Hanover won at Wellston in 59-3 and has already made $30,000 in its short life. Moco is a 2-hole. Pace in 2-2 at Wellston, finished 6th. Pike Rock will be out of the 3-hole. One at Wellston in 2 minutes and a fifth. One at Circleville in 2-2 and 1. And finished 4th at Scioto Downs, just his last start, but paced in 54 and 1. Horses are gathering here for the post parade.
Post for the second division for 3-year-old colt pacers.
Trophy by Royal King Store 78, $4,851. Number 1 is 6B Hanover. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickerton High. Jim Lupton trains. Brandon Bartley, the driver. Number 2 is Moco. Sam Clark of Beverly. Clark trains. Derek Whitaker up. 3 is Pine Rock. Travis Ray Reinhardt, Chillicothe. Herbie Strange of Chile. Trained and ring by Tom Litt. Number 4 is So Rockin' Rabbit. Richard and Ryan Householder, Junction City. Eric Nesselrode trains. Brady Clemens gets the call. And number 5, Speak Well. L&L Stables, Springfield. William Hart of ME. Clarence Folk trains. Sean Barker in the sulky. He'll go to the gate in 1.
So Rockin' Ravi will come out of the 4-hole with Brady Clemens up. And So Rockin' Ravi has won his last 2 starts. Carrollton in 159 and 4, last quarter in 27 and 3. And Mount Vernon 157 and 1, last quarter in 28 and 1. And out of the last 6 races that show on the program, he's been in 57 and 3, 57 and 2, 57 and 1, 57 and 1, and 59 and 4. So this horse certainly has a lot of consistent speed. Speak Well will have the 5-hole, so on the extreme outside. 2 Barker. And back a few starts ago in May, Speak Well pacing 58 and 1 at Scioto Downs. So this is going to be a very competitive field. 3-year-old colt pacers are generally the fastest race of the day, unless there's a free-for-all pace or something like that, where you've got some older horses that are quite speedy. But I think we'll be looking for this one to go fast. Like I said, that Pike Rock last start on 7:27, so that was only actually 3 days ago, pacing 54 and 1.
They have their own. They have each their own individual clients, and then they have. Open up one, then you give a course for yours to them. Yes. So then I have 2 different IDs. I have one that's like if it's a pure walk-in, like how they would split it equally themselves. We split it in thirds if I handle it. Gotcha. And then if it's my own prospect, I see.
Well, they're headed over there on the back stretch, gathering up.
Horse approaching the starting gate.
This is a beautiful night here at Piketon. The humidity has dropped quite a bit from a couple of days ago, so that makes it much more comfortable for everyone.
Starting gates rolling. Race 7 at the Pike County Fair. Post time here tomorrow, 12 noon with 9. Athens Friday night at 5, Saturday at noon next week. They're at the top of the stretch. 3-year-old colt pacers. Here they come. Off stride, 6B Hanover. Ever up and pacing. Going out for the lead, So Rockin' Ravi. Down along the rail, Moco second. Speakwell and Barker, 2, up on the outside third. Now second going on. Moco And the trailer, 6B Hanover. Down the back lane they go. Now Moco's on a break. Moco is off stride. Firing up on the outside, Speakwell and Barker to the front end. 28 and 4, they're smoking. So Rockin' Ravi is in the pocket second. Racing third, Pine Rock. Fourth, Bixby Hanover and Moco. Down the lane they'll come for the first time. And on top, Speakwell and Barker. On top by 5. So Rockin' Ravi second. They're by the half, 57 and 2, and Lynn is pulled with Pine Rock charging up on the outside third. Her racing force as they race down the backside is Bixby Hanover. Down the back lane they go to the 3/4 mile mark, and Speakwell still got the big hold by 3. Her racing second, So Rockin' Ravi. On the outside third, Pine Rock. 1:26 and 2 around the turn. Speakwell going right on. They're chasing a ghost. It's So Rockin' Ravi second. Pine Rock on the outside third. Down the lane he comes. Sean Barker. Speakwell poured it on. Speakwell on top. 1:57.
I think after that 3/4 call in 26 and 2, the crowd was expecting another new track record. They were hollering, and when Chris Patterson 1:57, there was a little bit of a groan in the crowd. But a good mile by Speakwell. Sean Barker the second, driving.
5, 3, 4. Photo for place. 28 and 4. 57 and 2. 126 and 2. 157.
So unofficially, Chris said it was the 5. Speakwell. Pike Rock, the number 3 horse, finishing second, and So Rockin' Ravi, the 4 horse, finishing third. But that is unofficial. They called for a photo. I believe that Moco did not finish. I saw him pull up past the quarter and was walking around a little bit
Back
in
in
the
front of the
infield.
stands, winner of the 7th. Second division for 3-year-old Colt Pacers, Southern Valley Colt Stake. Trophy by Royal King Store, number 78, $4,851. L&L Stables of Springfield, William A. Hart of Carmel, ME. Clarence Folk, the trainer. Sean Barker the second, the winning driver. Number 5, Speakwell. 3-year-old big outing by Well Said C. First of the season, 1:57. 2 wins on tonight's card for driver Sean Barker, 2.
This is your warning, and it's a big time warning. So that's it. We're going to be watching you if you're out there again. And if you're here tomorrow, I'm going to be.
It looks like he's going to take a little turn with Speakwell. Hasn't hit the winner's circle this year, but was in it 5 times last year, so should remember this well. Rural
Bring
King
on the
Store
track
number
for the
78.
Daily double, 8 and 9. Late double, 8 and 9.
I think that was a take this picture as you're walking.
8th race, number 5. Good Vibez, Austin Hanners. 7, Fireworks Flash, Sean Barker. In the 9th, 5, Faithful Dragon, Sean Barker. Daily double, 8 and 9.
Okay, Rod, we got 28 and 4, 57 and 3, 126.
Okay, we're still waiting for the official results. Photo finish was called to make sure Who was second and third?
Results official for race number 7, top down. Number 1, 6 feet
Hanover 4. 2 Moco did not finish. 3 Pine Rock 2. 4 So Rockin' Ravi 3. Speakwell the winner. 28 and 4. 57 and 2. 126 and 2. Time of the mile 157. Rechecking top down 4. DNF 231 157.
Okay, so that concludes the 7th. Speak Well and Sean Barker the second in 157 flat. 8th race is coming up. It is a 3-year-old colt trot, second of 2 divisions. And we're going to be back to talk about that race after these messages from our sponsors.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Visit us September 17th at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds and get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, and Long Tom. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Bow River Jewelry has been the premier designers of sulky jewelry for more than 30 years. We incorporate today's fashion designs to create a unique piece of jewelry only found at Bow River. Visit bowriverjewelry.com today.
Okay, a big thank you again to our sponsors. Let's look at this 8th race. There are 7 in it. Number 6 and 7 will start from the second tier. The 1 horse is Spry Mister. Last start qualified at the Meadows. Qualified in 2, 2, and 3. Slew Foot is coming out of the 2 hole. Finished second his last start at Carrollton and trotted in 2, 5, and 3. Cowboy Charlie has the 3 hole with Derek Wadaker up. Last start was in the Buckeye Stallion Series at Northfield and finished 5th. Trotted in 58 and 4, and won his 2 starts before that. One at Hilliard in 2, 2, and 2, and one at Wellston in 2, 4. So it has 10 starts this year with 2 wins. Naughty Triumphant has 6 wins this year, 11 starts and 6 wins. Won his last start out in the Buckeye Stallion Series up at Northfield in 1:56. Won the start before that at Hilliard in 2:5. And then won at Scioto Downs in a Horse and Geldings Now Winners at 2 in 1:54 and 4. And with those 6 wins has made $38,761 on the year. Naughty Triumphant did not start as a 2-year-old. So 11 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and 2 thirds. Good Vibes is coming out of the 5 hole. Last start made some breaks. Start before that finished 4th at Hilliard in 2, 6, and 3. But did show a good mile.
Late daily double, 8 and 9. Late daily double wagering.
Actually trotted 2 miles in 59 and 3, 59 and 1 at Scioto before that. Hanky Panky Andy has been making some breaks. Has trotted in 2-7. And Fireworks Flash shows a flash of speed back on July 7th. Trotted in 1:57 and 4, finishing 3rd. So we're gathering them up for the post parade. Guys have been doing a good job doing the post parade in order. Nice for the fans, nice for you that are watching to be able to see the horse that we're talking about. So we thank the drivers for taking the extra time to do that.
They won 7 out of 19 races. And I told them, well, I didn't tell them that because I didn't know what they were at the time. But that's what I told them. And I got
Naughty Triumphant certainly showed some early speed, trotting in 54 and 4 at Scioto Downs, and that is, of course, his lifetime mark. Slewfoot out of the 2-hole has won 2 races this year. Cowboy Charlie has won 2. And the rest have not gotten in the winner's circle yet.
But I told him, and I told Bill, that this guy was an asshole.
Southern Valley Colt Circuit is one of 4 colt circuits that race in Ohio. Southern Valley, the Home Talent Colt Stakes, the Ohio Colt Racing Association, and the Ohio Fair Racing Conference.
Need one more.
That horse acts up for
They all, it's kind of geographic, but not exactly geographic as to the four corners of the states. There is some mixing in, but you can pay into 1, 2, 3, or all 4 of the colt stakes. The nice thing is you can pay into one, what we call across the board, so you can pay into every fair that they have, but then you can pick a couple of fairs out of another circuit and just pay into 1, 2, or 3 or more of those. Makes it kind of nice because it does get costly if you're paying into all of them, and there's no way in the world you could ever race at all of them.
Don't forget, fans, late daily double, 8 and 9. Hanners 5, Barker 7. In the 9th, Barker on the 5.
Very good colt racing system here in Ohio. Plenty of opportunities to race 65 county
Here are the
independent
horses
fairs.
for this evening's 8th, second division. 3-year-old Colt Trot, Southern Valley Colt Stake, trophy by Southbound Enterprises, $4,896. One is Prime Mister. Cheryl Vegaron, Williamstown, West Virginia. Chucky Vegaron, the trainer, with Alex Hawk. 2 is Slewfoot. Dwayne Burton, Woodsfield. Kirkbride, Woodsfield. Jeff Kirkbride trains and drives. Number 3, Cowboy Charlie. Joyce McQuillan, Joe Nesselrode of Zanesville, Chandlersville. Melsheimer trains. Derek Whitaker up. Number 4 is Naughty Triumph. Tammy Carter, Londonderry. Beard of Mansfield. Freeland of Brooklyn, New York. Brian Carsey of Indiana. Carter trains the driver, Dustin Bothman. Number 5, Good Vibes. Steve Sexton, Xenia High. Trained by Sandy Beatty, the pilot, Austin Hanners. Number 6, Hanky Panky Andy. Fred Boyd of Marietta High owns and trains with Ty Van Roden. And number 7, Fireworks Flash. Billy Hartman, Tartland High. Hartman trains the driver, Sean Barker, 1-2.
Okay, just to make sure you got those driver changes, Austin Hanners on the 5, Good Vibes, and Sean Barker, the 2, on the 7, Fireworks Flash. We have another driver change in the 9th coming up. Faithful Dragon, the 5 horse, will be driven by 2 Barker.
You better not buy a horse.
I've owned 2 and I've lost, well, yeah, I have. I lost money. First one done all right.
We mentioned that the last race they needed a photo to distinguish the 2nd and 3rd horse, and we had something very interesting at Marysville this last weekend. We had a 2-horse race, and it was driven by a father and a daughter, and it ended in a dead heat. So we think that it is some kind of a world record. We're going to call it a world record, even if it's not, but a 2-horse race ended up in a dead heat. Now, that has happened before, a couple of different times that we know about, but it never happened with a father and a daughter. And Casey was definitely trying to win. She tipped out at the head of the stretch and was trying to blow by her dad, but just couldn't quite get it. And it's a great picture. Jay Wolf wrote a wonderful story about it in Harness Racing Update. If any of you get that, so you can take a look at that story, and the dual winner's circle pictures is there with both horses in the winner's circle, which is pretty cool. And I believe they even have a picture of the
Starter
photo
Mike
finish.
Wapkenberg has called him in for the 8th.
So something really special that happened at Marysville, the Union County Fair. We got these 7 3-year-old colt trotters going to the gate. 5 on the gate, 2 will trail, and Mike Wolkenberg has them
Starting
behind the
gates
gate.
rolling. Here they come.
Okay, we got a breaker there. Looks like the 4 and the
Hanky Panky Andy. Naughty Triumph. Good vibes all stride. Off and trotting Spry Mister and Hawk going for the lead. Up on the outside, Cowboy Charlie. Kirkbride got away third with Slewfoot. Racing fourth, Fireworks Flash. The other one's made breaks. They'll have to wait for Athens. So as they roll down the backside, Hawks on top with Spry Mister. Off stride went Cowboy Charlie. And we're going to the rodeo. Racing third, Firework Flash 29 and 2. Moving up fourth, perhaps Slewfoot. Racing 5, Naughty Triumph, Goodbyes. And Hanky Panky Yandy. Around the turn they motor. Hawk and Spry Mister leads away by 7. Racing down along the rail second. As they come into the lane for the first time, it's Cowboy Charlie back at it. Racing third is Fireworks Flash. They're by the half, 1 minute, 2/5. Back to fourth went Slewfoot. Off stride fifth, Goodbyes. Down the back lane they go, and Spry Mister and Alex Hawk shows the way. Cowboy Charlie and Derek Whitaker poise second. Up on the outside, Fireworks Flash and Sean Barker too coming at him. Slewfoot racing fourth. 3/4, 1:31 and 3. Around the turn, Spry Mister still the leader. Cowboy Charlie on the inside second. Firework Flash outside third. Slewfoot has broken stride fourth. Top of the stretch. Spry Mister trying to take them all the way. Fireworks Flash on the outside. Cowboy Charlie inside. Come to the wire. Photo finish. Oh, baby. Hit a thriller. It's picture time. 202 and 3. Hold all tickets. That was a whacker for a win.
That was definitely too close to call. We had 5 out of the 7 that ran tonight in this race, so it wasn't
Judges
a
will
really
call
very
for the
pretty
picture.
race.
29 and 4, 1 minute, 2/5, 131 and 3, 202 and 3. Barker outside with Fireworks Flash. Hawk inside with Spry Mister. Cowboy Charlie made a break early and rallied for third. It's a photo finish, a thriller in the 8th. Hold all tickets.
Yeah, some of the horses did recover well after they made a break. As Chris mentioned, Cowboy Charlie recovered and finished third. But some of them just were having a really off night and just ran a lot. So
7, 1, 3.
So the photo shows Fireworks Flash and Sean Barker the second, winning in 2, 2, and 3. I'll bet it was by a nose.
Seven, 1, 3 is official. Bring your horses on the track for the 9th. Barker on the 5. Back to the winner's circle. Winner of the 8th in a thriller. Second division for 3-year-old colt trotters. Southern Valley Colt Stake. Trophy by Southbound Enterprises, $4,896. Bill Hartman of Tartland, Ohio. Billy Hartman, the trainer. Sean Parker II, the winning driver. Number 7, Fireworks Flash. He's a 3-year-old brown counting by Winning Fireworks out of Paris, Philly. First of the season, 202 and 3. Sean Parker II. That's a driving triple on tonight's card. It's official. Spry Mister just missed 2. Slewfoot 4. Cowboy Charlie 3. Naughty Triumph 6. Good Vibez 5. Hanky Panky Andy 7. Fireworks Flash the winner. 29 and 4. 1 minute 2 fifths. 131 and 3. 202 and 3. 243 657 with a 1. 202 and 3. Barker on the 5. Win place show perfecta in the 9th and final. Wager early. Bring your horses on the track.
Fireworks Flash is a little hesitant about coming up into the winner's circle, but as long as his nose is getting pet, I guess he's feeling a little bit better now. Applause from the crowd. Big mile coming from the 7 hole for Fireworks Flash. 2, 2, and 3. A winning Fireworks out of a giant hit mare. So the 8th is in the book. I haven't mentioned all night, but I just see the payouts. $15.40 to win, $12.20 to place. Been noticing that all summer so far, is that there have been some pretty big payouts, so it might be well worth your time to come to the fair and bring your $2 and place a few bets. The 9th is coming up next, a 2-year-old filly Pacers. We've got 5 in it. Got 1 driver change. The 5-horse Faithful Dragon will be driven by 2 Barker, and we will be back for the finale after these messages.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio is a full-service standardbred breeding facility that specializes in stallion management. Cool Winds Farm stands the popular Dancing Yankee, whose first crop hit the ground this year and are great-looking individuals. Cool Winds is also standing Rockin' Amadeus, sire of world champion Ocean Rock. Be sure to inspect the Cool Winds yearlings at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on September 17th.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
All right, we are back for the 9th. You just heard that our sponsor, one of our sponsors, is TheStable.ca. We often talk about fractional ownerships on these shows. And fractional ownership, what a wonderful way to get into this business in a small way. We always say dipping your toes in the water before you jump in. You can buy 1% up to as much as you want of a horse, but there's a lot of people that start out with just 1 or 2%, maybe even of a couple.
Tony
wants to thank you for doing a great job parading. You're racing here tomorrow. We hope you do it the same way. That's great. We're on TV. Be professional. Tony said thanks.
So fractional ownerships, we can if you call into the OHHA office, we can give you some names of fractional ownership trainers that have given us the permission to give out their names. And a great way to get started. You can call and you can talk to these different trainers and see what they do, see how they run their operation. Very interesting way to get going. Tony Bergano, our presiding judge, just had the announcer thank the drivers for nice post parades, and we want to thank them also. They did a good job tonight. So in the 9th race, the 2-year-old filly Pacers, we have Rocker Wanted at the rail. Just qualified at Scioto Downs in 2, 3, and 1. Out of the 2-hole is Fearless Sheila. Now, Fearless Sheila is 3 for 3 this year. 1 at Mount Vernon in 2, 9, and 3. 1 at Carrollton in 2, 5, and 1. And at Wellston in 2, 6, and 2. And before that had qualified in 2, 4, and 4. So real consistent filly there. The 3-horse Takes the Rock. Raced at Wellston and finished 2nd. Pacing in 2, 7, and 3. TNT Dynamite will finish 3rd at Washington Courthouse, pacing in 2, 2, and 4. Hilliard finished 4th, pacing in 2, 3, and 2. And Wilmington finishing 3rd, pacing 2, 3, and 4. So again, real consistent. Faithful Dragon took on the big guns, and last start was in the Ohio Sire Stakes for 2-year-old fillies at Scioto Downs. Finished 7th, but paced her mile in 54 and 2, last quarter in 28 and 4. Start before that had won at Hilliard in 2, 2, and 2. So that is her lifetime start. So we've got some very lightly raced horses in here. The 1 horse, the Rocker Wanted, is actually making her very first lifetime start, just having that 1 qualifier. And then we've got Faithful Dragon, who has 2 Barker up, pacing 54 and 2 last start.
Win by show. Perfecta wagering on the 9th and final. Wager now.
Faithful Dragon has actually tried the Ohio Sire Stakes twice. On July 10th at Northfield, finished 7th, but paced in 2, 3, and 2. And then, as I said, at Scioto in 54 and 2.
And Jack McDonald, $3,384. Number 1 is Rocker Wanted. Owned by Randy Young of MacArthur High. Carter trains with Dustin Bothman. Number 2 is Fearless Sheila. Eric Nesselrode, Stockport. Tom Bush of Crooksville. Nesselrode trains her. Brady Clemens in the bike. Number 3 is Takes the Rock. Bartley Tradition Racing of Pickering High. Jim Lupton, the trainer, with Brendan Bartley. Number 4 is TNT Dynamite. Steve Sexton of Xenia High. Brett Swartz, the trainer, with Austin Hanners. And number 5, Faithful Dragon. Greg Clark of Grove City. Dustin Arledge of Orient. Mary J. Thompson of Commercial Point, Ohio. Dustin Arledge, the trainer. Sean Barker in the sulky. They'll take 1 score and go to the gate.
We have got 2 pet rocks in this race, 2 Fear the Dragons, and a Down by the Seaside. The Down by the Seasides and the Fear the Dragons were quite hot at the yearling sales last year, very much in demand. The 1 horse Rocker Wanted sold at the Ohio Selected sale for $13,000. And Faithful Dragon sold at the Lexington Select sale for $20,000.
Really? What happened? What did he do?
So we certainly want to thank the track crew for taking good care of the track tonight. They got a lot of water on it and dragging it in between and made it a really nice surface for everybody. And remember, we will be back tomorrow. Races start at noon tomorrow. Tom Pye, the harness guy, will be here for the broadcast. On Sunday, August 1st, we will be broadcasting from Eaton. And on Monday the 2nd and Tuesday the 3rd, both from Lisbon. And I believe Don Tiger will be broadcasting those. Also on Tuesday the 3rd and Wednesday the 4th, we will be at Bowling Green at 5 o'clock post time. Tom Pye, the harness guy, will be there, and I believe Steve Bateson, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association president, will be joining Tom Pye for that broadcast. Frank Frost and myself will be at Wapakoneta on Tuesday the 3rd. And as we said earlier, if any of you want to come out to the fair and try your hand at the prize wheel, Ashley Daly will be at the Wapakoneta with the Racing with the Stars tent. So here we are with the finale. The finale from Pike.
Top of the stretch. Here they come. Wanted rockers off stride. They're up and pacing. TNT Dynamite right out the lead. As they race into the turn, Faithful Dragon will drop in second. Pacing third, Fearless Sheila. She made a bobble. As they race to the backside, TNTO Dynamite the leader. Here comes Faithful Dragon and Barker. Barker's on fire today, and he's charging up on the outside with Faithful Dragon. TNT Dynamite is racing second. They're by quarter and 30-1. Fearless Sheila is third. Racing down along the rail, takes the rock. Rocker Wanted is your trailer. Around the turn. On top, Faithful Dragon. And Sean Barker II leads the way. TNT Dynamite is second. They pass by the stands and the fans for the first time. Racing down along the rail, third is Fearless Sheila. They're by the half in 1 minute flat, takes the rock fourth, and Rocker Wanted still fifth. In and out of the turn they go. Faithful Dragon and Barker trying to take them all the way. TNT Dynamite is second. Fearless Sheila. The break cost her early. She's now sluggish. Down the back lane they go to the 3/4 mile mark. Faithful Dragon and Barker the one to catch. 3/4, 1:30-3. Dynamite is second. Sheila now picks up her feet a little more, third. Racing fourth. That's Rocker Wanted. They're at the top of the stretch. Faithful Dragon cuts the corner. TNT Dynamite on the outside. Barker's in for four. Faithful Dragon. Barker, 2, wins 4 on the night. 2 minutes flat.
You got 30 and
So 2 Barker and Faithful Dragon in 2 minutes flat.
Who's third?
5, 4, 2 unofficial. 30-1. 1 minute. 1:30-3. 2 minutes. Faithful Dragon. Second of the season. At a brand new lifetime mark. 2 minutes flat. She's by Down by the Seaside.
Who was fourth? The 3? Thank you, Mike.
Was a good mile out here, 2 minutes flat. We had a couple breakers in the field. Rocker Wanted and Fearless Sheila making breaks.
Okay, Eric, we're going to make that 5-4-2.
5-4-2 is official. You can cash your tickets.
Thanks, guys.
Making our way back to the winner's circle, winner of the ninth, third division for 2-year-old Philly Pacers, $3,384. This in lovely memory of Carl Harness, Jack McDonald, horseman from the area. They was both good guys. Owned by Greg Clark of Grove City, Dustin Arledge of Orient, Mary J. Thompson of Commercial Point, Ohio. Dustin Arledge, the trainer. Sean Parker II, the winning driver at number 5, Faithful Dragon. 2-year-old Bay Filly down by the seaside out of Canadian Dragon. Second win in 4 starts and paces to a new lifetime mark here tonight at Piketon. Barker Center down the yellow brick road in 2 minutes flat. And ladies and gentlemen, for Sean Barker 2, a grand slam! 4 wins on tonight's card. Rocker 1 at 5, Fearless Sheila 3, Take the Rock 4, TNT Dynamite 2, Faithful Dragon the winner. 30-1, 1 minute, 1:30-3. That's a new mark for Faithful Dragon. She went the oval in 2 minutes flat. 5-3-4, 2-1 on the bottom, 2 minutes. Fans, that's going to wrap it up for this evening. We welcome you back here tomorrow. We got 9 thrillers tomorrow, post time at 12 noon. Thanks for coming out. We appreciate it. Stay safe. God bless.
Okay, that wraps it up from Piketon. We certainly want to congratulate V.H. Lovey on a new track record of 156-3. Sean Barker II had 4 wins tonight, so congratulations to him. Good night of racing here. If you're looking for something to do the rest of the night, join our OHHA Facebook page and join Frank Fraz at the Summit County Fair, which are races which are being held at Northfield Park. So for Chris and myself, Susan Schroeder, we thank you for joining in, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.
This has been Ohio County Fair Racing. Ohio County Fair Racing is brought to you by thestable.ca, the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center, Midland Acres, Cool Winds Farm, and Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Ohio County Fair Racing is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.